Yes, definitely. Kasi ano po yan yung protection na binibigay po sa kanila was as consequence or as a result of the application that they had to become state witness. Kasi prelude pa po yan Yung protected witness was a prelude to becoming a state witness. But sa tingin po natin, there's absolutely no chance right now kung maging hostile sila sa atin. The DOJ has been tasked by the Ombudsman to head the preliminary investigation as to the cases that they have filed, and included in that are the testimonies of Bryce Hernandez, Henry Alcantara, and JP Mendoza.
So sir, hindi rin natin isasabihin na possibly yung mga Diskaya, Yusek Bernardo, wala pong ganun.
Si Yusek Bernardo, gusto natin siyang kausapin din dito dahil ibang legal theory naman po ang tinitignan natin para doon sa ating yung mga above the salary grade of the district engineer, di ba? Napakaklaro po na pag yung yung ghost project na nasa Bulacan lang ang pinapag-usapan, madali po talagang hanapin yung evidence dahil yung completion documents, nagsacertify po kasi ang DPWH na kumpleto na isang project, pero meron ding report na walang nagawa doon sa site na yon. It's an open and shut case. But the legal theory tends to change when you're talking about including the proponents at such a large scale dahil marami, alam naman ho natin at lumalabas po talaga sa mga statements and testimonies ng mga witnesses natin at ibang respondents na it is a systematic thing in Congress dahil sa unprogrammed funds, dahil sa NEP. So it's a completely different legal theory that we have to pursue para ma-prove natin yung systematic approach ng Congress pagdating dito. And we can assume that at the heart of it is the Appropriations Committee. Diba? Dahil doon po talaga ang approval ng budget pagdating sa bicameral committee. So, that is one thing that we want to clarify with Yusek Bernardo, kung ano ba talaga ang naging sistema dyan sa taas. Kumbaga, hindi po talaga sapat na itong mga district engineer at assistant district engineer ang makukulong dahil alam naman ho natin na mas malaki ang problema na hinaharap natin, and can't just be these district engineers and assistant district engineers.
Sir, what about the Diskayas?
The Diskayas, due to their uncooperative behavior now, there's absolutely no chance that they can even become state witnesses anymore. Dahil because of their statement that they are uncooperative, then they are deemed to be hostile witnesses and can only be charged as respondents and in the future accused in the case of malversation of public funds, falsification of public documents, and all the other crimes that they were a part of. Dahil alam naman ho natin na higit 4,000 po ang sinalihan nilang bids around the country, and kahit anong scheme or scam na nakita natin sa DPWH, kasama sila. So it's impossible that they can be considered as a state witness for all those crimes that they've committed. So choice nila yon. Kung gusto talaga nila na maging uncooperative, then the government has no choice but to run after them with every ounce of effort that we can muster.
Kasi natatamang po sa iyo na yung protection ng DPWH ay maayos ng DOJ?
Yes, definitely. Kasi ano po yan yung protection na binibigay po sa kanila was as consequence or as a result of the application that they had to become state witness. Kasi prelude pa po yan yung protected witness was a prelude to becoming a state witness. But sa tingin po natin, there's absolutely no chance right now kung maging hostile sila sa atin.
follow-up lang po dun sa midnight committees. Meron na po bang mga nag-comply dun sa order ni Ombudsman Media for them to tender their resignation?
Meron na po. Meron na pong nag-tender ng kanilang courtesy resignation. I am not aware of how many have submitted, but there's a good number that has submitted already and have shown their good faith to the Ombudsman regarding their recent appointments or recent promotions. Ang gusto lang talaga kasi ni Ombudsman is to start on the right foot. Ngayon, pagpasok po kasi ni Ombudsman, nakita po niya through the CSC that there was an uptick of appointments made by the previous administration very near the end of his term. Kaya po, nagulat na lang din si Ombudsman na nung 7 years, only the last few months were used for the appointment and promotion of several employees here at the Office of the Ombudsman. Again, having said that, it is not an act of retaliation, it is not an act of revenge, but a call to be loyal to the office. Dahil si Ombudsman naman po, ang gusto lang talaga niya, maging loyal sa opisina ng Ombudsman at hindi sa isang tao o sa isang personality. So this is his way of reminding everybody who works in the Office of the Ombudsman that the loyalty should be with the office and not with any single individual.
Sir, meron bang mga ayaw pang mag-tender ng courtesy resignation? And until when yung kanilang window to tender the courtesy resignation and ano ang consequence kapag hindi sila comply?
Well, we will cross the bridge when we get there. There are certain moves na nag-gather sila ng support para hindi mag-file ng courtesy resignation. And the Ombudsman is aware of that. But again, he's giving another chance to these individuals na mag-file talaga ng courtesy resignation nila as a show of good faith. Dahil pag wala naman po tayong tinatago in terms of the procedure in which that they were appointed or they were hired or promoted, then there's really nothing to worry about. No. So, ang gusto lang natin makita na they are willing to put full trust in the new administration and specifically with the Ombudsman himself.
So, sir, ano mas marami? Yung nag-tender na or yung ayaw?
Ay, hindi pa namin alam kasi hindi pa naman tapos yung 7 days na binigay namin sa kanila para mag-tender. No? So, we don't want to preempt anything. Again, we just use this opportunity to urge them and encourage them to file their courtesy resignations as a show of good faith.